Protect yourself at all times. Now let's hook them up. Good luck.
George St-Pierre. Matt Hughes. Time to settle the score. Interim welterweight title to be delivered to the victor.
All right, here we go. Bring it on, come on.
We are underway. First round of this fight brought to you by High Mob Watches, the exclusive watch provider of the UFC. Please visit highmobwatches.com. Southpaw stance for Matt Hughes.
Well, the big question in this fight is how does Matt Hughes deal with the speed and athleticism of George St-Pierre? And when you saw, he went immediately for that ankle. It looks like to take him down.
Hughes leading with the right.
Well, you know what? Matt Hughes is a wrestler, and he might be more comfortable taking people down with his right leg forward.
Excellent point. And that's what he wants to do, undoubtedly. He wants to take George St-Pierre down.
The problem is, to get close enough to take him down, he's got to get in the danger zone. And again, he reaches.
He's got to set that up. We just talked about the ever-improving wrestling of George St-Pierre. So that would include takedown defense as well.
Well, one of the reasons why he's so good at wrestling is because he's so fast and explosive. I mean, you see how light he is on his feet as well. A lot of guys, when they fight in the octagon, they're good strikers, they make the mistake of being flat-footed. George is constantly moving, always on the balls of his feet, always moving around, and because of that, it's very, very difficult to grab a hold of him and take him down.
Joe, in preparing for this matchup and the many articles and things that I read.
Look at that, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's some serious takedown defense there. You're talking about an all-American wrestler like Matt Hughes who was deep in on that takedown, and George got out of it immediately.
It was amazing that since UFC 50, the first matchup of these two,
he takes Matt down.
St-Pierre has only been on his back for a minute in all his fights. He's the aggressor in the wrestling game.
Well, he really proved that in his last bout against Josh Koscheck.
He landed every takedown attempt against Josh Koscheck.
And again, that was the word out of the training camp, was that he was able to take these fighters down. Guys like Rashad Evans, who's also a great college wrestler, he was able to take him down at will, but they weren't able to take George down. That's huge.
Jiu-jitsu-wise, both have skills. In fact, Hughes has very underestimated submission attempt, or submission power.
Because of the fact that he's a wrestler, a lot of people have forgotten the fact that he's one of the most successful submission artists in MMA. The wins over Frank Trigg, the win over George St-Pierre, the win over Joe Diesel Riggs. He has submitted many, many fighters.
St-Pierre trying to utilize a little ground and pound.
George is past a half guard here.
Ground and pound St-Pierre. Taking a page out of the game plan of Matt Hughes.
Matt back to full guard here. He's pressed up against the cage.
This is considered a title fight, Joe, so it is scheduled for five-minute rounds.
Matt's throwing his legs up looking for a submission.
St-Pierre has been submitted just one time in his career. That, of course, was by Matt Hughes. And for Matt Hughes, who is in trouble now, he needs to survive this position up against the fence. In 48 fights, Hughes has been submitted just 3 times.
Two of them by one man, Dennis Hallman, the other by BJ Penn. Matt's doing a good job of controlling George's posture and eliminating too much damage.
They warned him about the strikes to the back of the head. Full mount St-Pierre.
Look at this slam that he's doing where he comes up, brings Matt with him, and then slams him down, trying to get Matt to release that body lock.
St-Pierre warned again. He's got to be careful where he hits Matt Hughes. Full mount, Matt continues to hold on with his great strength. Trying to survive this George has got to be careful now. He's been warned 3 times, Joe.
He's digging that elbow, and he's finally managed to break it loose. And Matt gets it back again.
10 seconds remains in round number 1.
A dominant round for George St-Pierre.
All about St-Pierre. He has the back.
Him over. He's got his back.
We're going to hear the horn, though.
He's got an arm. Dominant round for George St-Pierre.
And remember, the first fight ended by submission with 1 second remaining in the round.
That was complete, total domination by George St-Pierre.
He's seeing those shots because you're throwing those punches like a fake. You got to throw them like you mean them. When you're on the ground, you need to ball up tighter. Don't get stretched out between your arm and your leg. That's how he got mounted. When he's up high, you drop down onto that calf for that single. You know what I'm saying? Drop really low. I know, you're all right. I know. Hey,
that's Jeremy Horn.
Strike a little, put him down. Remember, George?
And Greg Jackson.
If he goes southpaw, right and right. He's got some Vaseline on his head.
He's got a big gob of Vaseline on his right eyebrow that they're going to have to wipe off.
Steve Mazzagatti sees it.
I'm amazed that he's not doing anything about that.
Checking the fighters. And here we go, second round. Southpaw again. Funny when Jeremy Horn said, "You're all right," Matt said, "I know." But round 1 looked like a Matt Hughes fight against his many opponents in which he beat down. But it was George St-Pierre in top position. This our main event here at UFC 79.
Again,
another
George
takedown.
takes him down.
And quickly into the half guard.
This does not bode well for Matt Hughes. The fact that George is able to take him down so easily, and what happened in the first round when he did take him down.
Hughes trying to strike from the bottom. St-Pierre in the full guard of Matt Hughes.
Well, Matt's doing a good job of keeping him in that full guard. And
There's
lost
one. George St-Pierre taking this fight on 30 days notice. You talk about an early Christmas present. And many said, actually, George St-Pierre was the welterweight who saved Christmas and was more than willing to fight Matt Hughes tonight. Both men should be credited for taking this matchup when Matt Serra was forced to withdraw due to injury.
Elbow from the bottom by Hughes.
Watch your thumb, man.
St-Pierre wants that rematch against Serra. Hughes wants Serra as well. More of the same so far here in the beginning of round 2.
But Hughes is doing a good job of avoiding too much damage now. Because he's able to keep George in full guard here. Now George is trying the can opener by pulling back on Matt's head like that. What he's trying to do is get Matt to release his legs. By putting pressure on the neck, it gets a guy to open the guard up. So because George is looking for that, it makes me think George is looking to pass. The legs are open now.
Body head from St-Pierre.
Matt gets back to full guard.
Midway point of the round. St-Pierre now training in Albuquerque on frequent occasion with Greg Jackson. Continuing to work his ground game.
George has passed the side control. Matt is trying to control one of his wrists here.
Half guard now for Hughes.
Now this is a better position. This is what we call twister side control. If he can get out of this, the side there, he mounts him. He mounts him and he takes his back.
And this time he's got plenty of time, Joe.
With deep hooks.
Hughes is really tough to choke out, we know that.
He's completely dominating him on the ground. When Matt tried to turn over into his guard, George is having none of it. Stuffs him back up against the cage.
St-Pierre has said many times the best learning experience of his life was the loss to Matt Serra.
George is on his back again. Now Matt's up. Now Matt's got George's legs.
Let's see if he can take him down.
1 minute left. 1 minute left.
How many times have we seen Hughes not get the takedown in this position? Not many.
The only problem is he may be exhausted.
45 seconds remaining in the second round. Knees inside, another takedown by St-Pierre.
Takedown.
Right into side control. 30 seconds remains in the round.
Matt Hughes is really getting overwhelmed in this fight. George just stepped over for a triangle.
20 seconds.
He's got a Kimura on one side and a possible triangle on the other.
Trying to submit Hughes. Not quite yet. And it's all over. It is all over. George Rush St-Pierre defeats Matt Hughes again.
Wow. You want to talk about a dominating victory. It might not have been as quick as the second fight, but it was just as dominant, if not more dominant. George just completely outclassed Matt Hughes in this fight. Let's take a look at the end again. Here's the takedown. Now look at this sweep. Boom! A beautiful throw. Immediately to side control, elbows to the face. Now he's got a possible triangle on that one side with the left arm, and he goes for a Kimura on the right arm. Now as he pops the Kimura out, Matt bridges, tries to roll him over, leaves that arm extended. George takes it, rolls with it, straightens that arm out completely, and Matt is in deep, deep, deep trouble. He taps verbally, and Steve Mazzagatti separates him. I mean, George had turned him, got a better grip on the lip, and he's saying, I'm tapping. Right there. Unbelievably dominant victory for George St-Pierre.
And he can break dance as well. St-Pierre spent a lot of time training with Renzo Gracie, and the jiu-jitsu skills reign supreme here tonight. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Mazzagatti has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes 54 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by verbal tap out due to an arm bar. And now, the interim UFC welterweight champion, George Rush St-Pierre.
All right, I'm here with the winner, George St-Pierre. Now, George, you lost your title to Matt Serra. When you found out that Matt Serra and Matt Hughes were fighting, you thought that possibly one of them could get injured and you could take one of their places.
Exactly, so that's why I'm gonna take off this belt, because for me, yes, it's a good collection, but doesn't mean nothing to me. Thanks to the UFC to give me that. It's a good honor, but the real champion is Matt Serra, and until I don't get my belt back, I'm not gonna consider myself champion.
Now, George, you stated that fight, that loss to Matt Serra, was the best thing to happen to you. Why is that?
Absolutely. Matt Serra that night beat me fair and square. He was a better man. I make many mistakes. I had a lot of issues, but he was a better man that night. Next time, when I fight him, he might be a different story and people will understand what I'm talking about.
George, please take a look at the big screen up there and talk us through the Mickey's replay.
Well, Matt Hughes adjusts himself He came in the fight left-handed. I was not prepared for that. I used my wrestling skill to control the fight, and my submission skill as well. I've been working a lot on that. I had an awesome training camp. I was on the top of my game.
Well, congratulations on the interim title.
Well, before I finish, okay, I would like to say thank you everybody for the support. I wish you a happy new year, and everybody back home. À tout le monde qui me regarde à la maison au Québec, je vous remercie pour le support. Je vous souhaite une bonne année. Come party with me at Tangerine. Thank you.
George St-Pierre, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, bro. Thanks.
George St-Pierre, gracious, and what a statement he makes about the forthcoming matchup to solidify the title against Matt Serra. Now here's Matt Hughes with Joe.
I am here with the former champion, one of the most successful fighters ever to fight in the octagon. Matt, obviously you're disappointed. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
I came in, no excuses here. I came in 120%. I really trained hard for this fight. I brought in some of the best people. We really had a good game plan. George is a better fighter. There's nothing else I can say besides that. I do want to thank my fans for showing up, and I also want to thank George's fans for showing up, because that's who's paying our way, to be honest.
Matt, you've always been classy in defeat, always been classy in victory. What do you do from here? You've said publicly that you only want to fight a few more times. Do you want to go back home and think about it for a while, or what?
You know, it's funny, I was just thinking, I just released a book, and people have read it, and they've already wanted a second book, and you know, a defeat like this in the second round against George, I just don't know how much longer I've got in this. He's a young kid, he's doing great. And you know, I gotta sit down, I gotta think about things, and I gotta talk with Dana and the UFC and see what they want me to do. So just a lot of things on my mind right now.
Well, as a fan, I want to thank you for all the fantastic fights over the years, all the excitement that you've provided for all these fans. Thank you very much for everything you've done. Matt Hughes, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks.
If this is the final time we will see him inside the octagon, we thank him for the many great moments. The most decorated champion in welterweight history, Matt Hughes, defeated again tonight by George Rush St-Pierre, who says, get rid of this belt, I want the one that Serra owns.